I'm joined once again by Arjan Bhullar, who's going to be taking on Adam Wieczorek coming up here at UFC on Fox 29 on April 14th. Arjan, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's good to talk to you again. And people haven't been following you on social media. They wouldn't have seen that you were at the Phoenix Suns game this past weekend. How cool was that?
It was great, man. It was a great experience. Jay Triano coaches from the Vancouver area, so that Vancouver connection helped make that happen. And they lost, but they're young. They're in a rebuilding phase, so the future looks bright.
Excellent. How did you end up linking up with Jay Triano?
Like I said, he's from the Vancouver area. He's a legend at Simon Fraser University where I went.
Oh, okay.
His jersey's retired and everything. So his daughter was on the swim team when I was on the wrestling team. She dated one of my teammates who's on the wrestling team. So, there's been some type of connects for a long time here, and we just tapped into it.
Very cool. Did you get any people recognizing you at the game or anything like that?
Yeah, so he did a cool thing. They got me, a jersey, customized Bullard jersey, and got Devin Brooks, all these guys to come out and took some pictures, and it was cool. I got to go to the shoot around as well. I spoke with their mental trainer, the lady that works on the mental aspect of their stuff, picked her brain a little bit to see, what their approach is, because obviously, they're in the NBA, they're the best at what they do. It was a great weekend, man. It was good.
And we haven't seen you since your debut at UFC 215, but you've had a lot of news outside the cage. Of course, you recently became a father. Congratulations on that. We were talking a bit about it off air. How has the strategy been as far as getting sleep and everything like that? From what I hear, your wife's been kind of a champ staying up at night.
For sure. Yeah, we've got a lot of help here. Living at home. We're Indians. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
So that helps. We had a kind of game plan heading into the birth, how we're going to do things. So she's been champing it out, man. But after this fight's done, I think I'm going to have to step up a little more.
Right. No, for sure. How has that changed your approach to this fight and the fact that you're not just fighting for yourself now, but you got a little one now that you're fighting for? It must sort of change things heading into a fight like this.
For sure. I'm big on purpose, man. When you compete at a high level for a long time, you always need added pieces to continue doing what you're doing. And purpose is the biggest thing. So, nothing could be bigger than this. So it's worked out great.
And you got a tough opponent coming up here on April 14th, and Adam Wieczorek, like I mentioned, he's got the 9-1 record. How do you feel like you match up against him?
Fantastic. Camp's been amazing. We're sharp. We're peaking at the right time, and I feel wherever this fight goes, we're going to dominate, and I will break him.
Excellent. And you've known about this fight for a while because I know you did go down to AKA and train a little bit down there. Did you not?
I went earlier, but not specifically for this fight. Once this thing got signed and my wife was pretty pregnant, I just kind of stuck close to home. But like I said, I brought in training partners. So Anthony Hamilton's coming through. I got Jared Kilkenny here, got some others. So we've got a good group of guys, man.
That's excellent. How did you link up with Anthony Hamilton? Because he previously fought Adam in his last fight.
Exactly, and he's from the Pacific Northwest, Seattle area, just a couple hours drive. He's fighting the weekend after me in the Seattle area as well. So everything just worked out, man.
Very cool. And I know in the past you trained a bit with Tanner Bozer. I guess you didn't train with him this time because he just fought for ACB. Exactly.
He had a great fight down there, and it was one of those things where as long as he's healthy, he'll come up. But, Jay Johnson reached out to Kilkenny for me. Guy 6'5". He was in Roy Nelson's camp for his fight against Mitrione. Came straight from Vegas, basically. We're in good hands.
And I guess if DC wasn't coaching the Ultimate Fighter, would you have extended the olive branch to him to come out and train? Or I guess because now he's kind of occupied with the show.
For sure. And I would probably even go on to San Jose if that was the case. But, DC's a little shorter, a little bit different skill set than the guy I'm fighting. So, I really like what we got going on here at home. But I do plan on dropping in on that camp for Stipe after this fight and essentially even getting on that International Fight Week.
Oh, nice. I like hearing that. How do you see this fight playing out on April 14th? You're going to get the win, otherwise you wouldn't have taken the fight, but how do you see it unfolding?
I would have taken the fight anyhow because we plan to win against everybody.
Right.
It's he's 6'5". We've got training partners with that reach, with that length, guys with better skill set than him, and I'm running through them. So our preparation is on point. It's all on me. As long as my preparation's on point and I'm able to execute, I will win. It's got nothing to do with what Adam's bringing.
And pressure's never been a stranger to you at all throughout your career. Obviously, you had the wrestling background and everything. You've competed at a high level, but we just had this past weekend Hakeem Dawodu lose his fight. So you're the only Canadian right now in the UFC with an undefeated record. Has that kind of hit you yet that you've got, all these people kind of rooting for you to go for a run for the title?
Hey, there's no one else out there like me, so I'm okay with that. I like the pressure. That's the reason I've put myself in this position. It was all a choice. I don't have to do any of this. I embrace that, and I'm okay. Put Canada on my back, put India on my back, put whoever. I'll take it and I'll run with it.
Last time we spoke, obviously we were trying to get Jinder Mahal coming out to your entrance. Is he going to be even in the arena or anything like that for this fight, or I guess it's too far for him?
You know what? I still got to reach out to him and figure out the details. I know he's getting ready for WrestleMania. It's the week before, so that's a big date on his calendar. But we've got a couple, exciting things coming. We've got a Reebok fight shirt being announced soon. That's going to be huge. April 14th is also Vaisakhi, Indian holiday celebrated around the world. So I'm fighting on that day. It's like our Cinco de Mayo, man. So we're going to do something special on fight night. We're working with the UFC to commemorate that. Some exciting stuff over the next month that's going to roll out.
Very cool. And how often do you and Jinder sort of keep in touch? Because it seems like you guys are pretty close.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. Just we text each other, frequently. Just stay up to date. Whenever I have something significant going on, he reaches out. Same thing on his end, and that's just it. His schedule is just so crazy, though. He's always on the road, and you never know where he is. So I hope he's able to come into town. If not, he knows I wish him the best always.
We saw Ronda Rousey make the transition over to WWE. Is there a possibility we could see Arjan Bhullar and the WWE maybe after your MMA career is over?
For sure, man. I've been a big fan of that world for a long, long time, and it just makes sense with Jinder there. Yeah. You may as well have two guys taking this thing over. I wouldn't be to dedicate a full-time schedule. I don't think I'd have to figure that aspect out because, talking to Jinder, he's only home 10, 12 days of the year is what he's telling me, right? And that's pretty crazy. But Ronda's in there and she's on board. That's great. I hope to one day jump in there and test the waters as well.
Very cool. What would you want to be a tag team with Jinder? Is that sort of the only way it would work?
Hey, it seems like it's the natural fit. I'm not a part of creative over there, yeah. But it seems logical. We'll see what they come up with. But when you have tag teams, you need chemistry. That's naturally there, knowing each other for all this time. So I'll leave the ball in their court how they draw the thing up. But it would be fun to get over there for sure.
And as far as, if you ever did pro wrestling, would you want to be like a baby face or a heel? How would you sort of go about that?
You know what? Again, creative would obviously take the lead on that, but I'm naturally a baby face, but I love being a heel too. It's fun. So it really depends. It depends how the crowd reacts and such too, right? And with Jinder being the heel, if we ever work together, I'd assume it'd be a similar approach. I like getting people riled up. I'm okay with that.
Interesting. I don't think I could ever picture you as a heel. I don't know. That's just me. You're always such a nice guy. It's just, I don't know. I'd have to see that. I'd have to see it in action. I can't even visualize it, to be honest. So,
For sure. You know what? It's one of those things. You have to bring it out. Certain things trigger that. And I think if the right buttons are pushed and we attack it the right way, anything's possible.
And last question, sort of on wrestling. Who are some of your favorite wrestlers growing up? Who did you really like watching?
For pro wrestling, or are we talking amateur wrestling?
Pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling, we had all the action figures, man. We had Warrior, we had Hogan, Savage, all these guys, Legion of Doom. You take your pick there. Iron Sheik, Sergeant Slaughter, all these guys, man. That was my era.
Good stuff. Well, we're certainly looking forward to this fight. It's UFC on Fox 29 coming up here April 14th. Arjan, I always appreciate you taking the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And I know you got some shout-outs and sponsors, so by all means, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I appreciate all the support I can get from everyone. Join the movement. # 1 billion strong. Show me some love online. Instagram is the one Arjan Singh Bhullar. Twitter, the _ASB. Expect some major announcement between now and the fight, and keep supporting.